Is the United Colonies Vanguard questline any good? That's what we're gonna try and understand in the next 3 episodes of this Let's Play. Now, Vanguard's questline has a very different start from all the other factions, so be warned. Cause right after we register ourselves in the enlistment agreement, there's gonna be around 12 minutes of lore, audio from the game. If you're not into that, feel free to skip it. With that being said, as a whole, I think this is one of the best questlines in the whole game. I don't want to get into spoilers, but we're gonna be facing the coolest enemies the game has to offer. Now let the lore sesh begin.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The exodus from Earth meant more than just the beginnings of the United Colonies. But still, a tremendous...
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more: independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
Of course, this has nothing positive to say about House Varun. We should expect no less from the United Colonies.
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Janan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade. The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day. Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. it was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space. Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs, even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
I suspect many in the Freestar Collective would take issue with the way the colony war is represented here.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nera. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nera remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war. In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies' war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day. After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close, and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
After everything, it is almost impossible to believe that the armistice happened. But I admit I am glad it did. The settled systems have benefited.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be. No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Now that you know everything about the war, I'm gonna put you through a test. Question number 1. Have you drank enough water today?
This is the Mark 18 Flight Simulation Chamber applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair. Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
I was joking. You're not gonna go through a test. I am. And it's just the space minigame, but we have to do it 3 times. Level 1 is versus 1 ship.
Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
Tier 2 is gonna be against 2 ships.
Targets active.
So let's just speed this bad boy. I just want you to see that I did not cheat my way into it, which you can. You can just toggle God mode. I've tried it. I think it's a boring minigame, but I'm not cheating. However, it's time for Tier 3, and look at my hull and shield. We're gonna die. So let me just speed up my failure for ya, cause we'll have to reset.
Simulation. You've been defeated, applicant. You may initiate a reset of your current tier at the terminal inside the cockpit, or step outside and take a break.
Now, if you're enjoying the hell out of the minigame, don't worry about your shield. You can just do 1 level, reset the thingy on the computer, and keep going. I assume I'm just gonna do the first 3, but I know that my hull and shields are gonna be restored, so I suppose that's a way to get max level. Also, no clue if it's worth doing it. I don't think I'm missing any loot by not doing the other 3 tiers.
You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam.
We
You may now
passed!
exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Hell no! I read what the beginning's about and the general idea. Now it's time to really get into it and realize what it's all about and if it's worth it. Okay, Proctor.
Or you're welcome to take another.
Shut up.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
Well, I passed and was told to come back here.
So these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
Yeah? How did I do?
Then let's get to them. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. 2 traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? All right, clear Tier 3. We try to set a high bar, so that's no small feat. Nice work.
If I had any reservations about flying with you, they are now gone. Well done.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only 10 years service. Better than your average lab rat or diplomat, but pretty standard for folks going out into combat.
10 years can be a long time. You must be certain it is something you actually care about.
So, sounds to me like we've got Vanguard material on our hands. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
Sure, let's become a citizen. Hopefully in less than
Fantastic.
10 years.
Then just follow me.
Sure. Where are we going though? Oh, just outside. Okay then. So do I say yes or repeat
Wouldn't be right doing
what
this
you
when we couldn't see
say?
the skies.
Fair enough.
Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
Yeah.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission.
Oh, there's that as well.
What I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
Of course, Captain.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Oh, that's a lot of credits. Oh, great. Hey, Chief.
The limp back here at all.
Chief.
Bullet for leeches, get it fixed up, and let her know we'll have it ready as soon as we can. Yes, sir.
Chief. I was told to meet ya.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herath. Pleasure to be working with you.
Same.
It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one comms repair suite. In addition to the standard issue welcome kit all probationary pilots get for their first mission. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts, all the essentials in case of any surprises up there. My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. Won't even know they were there. So, paying a visit to the people of scenic Tau Ceti 2. Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come home safe. Any questions before you head out?
None. I'm ready.
Then I won't keep you. Make us look good out there, recruit.
Not my first rodeo, but sure, just joined. I thought it was gonna be something simple. I guess we're starting something important out of the bat. Do we have any info on what happened? Oh, I'm not reading all that. You can if you'd like, but no.
That may make it worse.
Also, the map marker is still a bit far off, so let's head on to it and figure out what the hell is happening in Tau Ceti II. I know, it's Tau Ceti
I got
2.
hit harder than I thought. Or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet.
It knows I'm here. What do you mean? What do you mean, Hadrian?
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? Yeah, make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll.
Vanguard sent me.
Vanguard, huh? Yeah, I expect they didn't.
They
I'm
did.
Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC.
Was?
I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's left of the settlers? The work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph.
Keep hearing
One
about
of the
those.
nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
A terramorph? Here? Why did you not state that immediately?
Oh, even Andrasia is not happy about the
I sure
situation.
could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna need a tissue sample from it. And to get that, I need its corpse. But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge against this thing. The plant security system. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And as I found out, that's not a one-person job. But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools.
It's gonna be fine, sure.
Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things underway on my end. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
I'll try my best. Never fought one. It was mentioned in the tutorial. And I was wondering why the hell did we not have anything on it sooner? Guess
Connection restored.
Vanguard's
I'll make this quick.
on it.
Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello? Wish I'd found this
Always worth
earlier.
checking. Never
You
know
notice
what
those
you might find in
sensors
their
around the
pockets.
facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. But it's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5.
183.5. Okay, gotta memorize that. 183.5. Let's see. Turn on tracking system, yes. Tuner, 183.5. Oh, it says right there, target.
Tracker's reading green. And what's that sound?
Is it coming?
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move.
Well, I'm not seeing anything. Oh, is that... Oh, it's... Yeah, okay. Kills aliens? Is it that bad?
I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. Give it hell, Vanguard.
Okay, but you wouldn't engage it because you're a scientist, right? I'm not. So, let's find it and see how strong it is. Where is it? Fine, I guess we have to do the quest either way. Instead of just attempting our fate at going at it. Oh. Okay, that's great loot. Nice.
Power levels insufficient. Proceed to next power breaker.
Found another one.
Weapon group online.
Here's the other. And there we go. Lovely.
Stand clear.
Okay, kill the terramorph. Is it really that bad? Oh! Bullet sponge! On steroids, huh? Okay! Didn't knew that, now we do. So... thought it was just gonna look cool and be like, I mean, ooh, it can dig and show up wherever it feels like. Okay, buddy. How about I keep running from ya as the turrets do their job and I reload when I have to. Yeah, I found my tactic. You are going down. Note to Bethesda. Just because something takes 2 minutes doesn't mean it is a terror. Because this shit ain't Elden Ring, okay?
You did it, didn't you? Heavens above, you just flatlined a terramorph.
Millennia was cooler.
Oh yeah, taken care of. No big deal.
I mean, I did need the turrets,
You didn't
and
happen
I was
to grab the
overconfident,
tissue sample,
but
did you?
not really a big deal with
All
the
right.
turrets. No?
I spotted a micro.
Also, Millennia isn't even
Let's see if we
the
can't get to
biggest
the bottom of
boss in Elden Ring. Some of the side
Older
bosses are way
See
worse.
what you can do.
Electo,
Running basic
to me,
diagnostics.
was a lot worse, for example. Now, sure, to me, and yada yada, and it's Starfield, so I'll shut up about that.
This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs, they're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Tau Ceti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one.
Okay, first time an NPC won't shut up, but I'm actually
is.
interested.
There has to be. We just have to find it. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed, get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him for me? I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your commander first if you have to. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan is worried there could be more attacks on the horizon. They should recognize the name.
Don't worry, I'll make sure they understand.
You don't
It's
understand what a weight
above
off my shoulders
importance.
that is. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. A bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not a lot, but you've definitely earned it. Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars at least. Now please, go check in with your commander. We need to know what we're dealing with.
What do you mean, silly? We're dealing with terramorphs that are ever growing in
Look who's
aggressiveness.
back. All set with that probationary mission?
Evolution,
We can
right?
do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready.
There's bigger fish, Commander. Terror morphs.
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs?
I'm a
What
warrior.
happened to the settlers?
Death. Seriously, very, very
You
death.
killed a terramorph on your first mission. If I could be frank for a moment, holy shit. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? Earned yourself some serious hazard pay on this one. But, if none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering the sample?
Oh, a former employee was there?
Hadrian.
Hadrian?
Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War and was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
Okay, that's a bit more serious than I thought. This one
Certainly
starts
seems that way.
hot.
Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
No, but she does want a Percival to work on it.
I see. Well, this is one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. But if Hadrian
Same.
thinks this sample needs to get to Mars, then we're gonna make sure it gets to Mars. I'll take care of the clearances and ensure you get your credits. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Okay, Vanguard does not wait to let you know what the quest line's gonna be about. And I like it. To Mars we go. And I can't be the only one thinking of Knights of Sidonia from Muse. Anytime I see the city.
Oh,
Well, the city's
not
name.
here for a delivery, are you?
No, I'm looking for Walker.
No. Well, I do wish I could help you, Captain, but Dr. Walker has been missing for some time. A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best.
What exactly are
Dr.
the
Walker
details?
decided to start brewing and selling his own pharmaceuticals to our customers below cost. Something his contract expressly forbade. As such, we requested our cut of the profits and began garnishing his salary. Perhaps a little too severely, but well within legal limits. It was around then that he ran off, abandoning his duty and his unpaid accounts.
What a boss! Well, I still need to find
We're
him.
no longer interested in Dr. Walker's services. He did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you were to find him and get him to pay, the Trade Authority would be most grateful for it.
Just this one time? I am all too aware that once one starts doing favors for the Trade Authority, it can be difficult to stop.
Okay, but yeah, I'm not your bill collector.
Not everything needs to be a transaction.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Sidonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
Okay, so it's all obvious. We will have to settle that debt from our own pocket eventually.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin.
Easy, buddy, easy.
Doc Walker? Well, you're barking up the wrong...
Andy, you. Why don't you come here and tell me what some stray wants with Walker?
Good.
Not every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. What do you want with Dr. Walker?
It's gonna sound weird, but I have a delivery.
That's so. Now, if that tag's a forgery, it's a damn good one. All right. Maybe she did send you. Or maybe you just know where to buy your fakes. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend.
I knew it. Sure.
That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? The most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the Authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
Crossing the Trade Authority could be perilous. There are real stakes here.
But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the Authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Well, you're helping me, helping him, to have me meeting him, so I trust him. What do you want?
Talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker?
I will. Yes.
Oh, good, good. Percival's a good guy. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle.
And you aren't?
Well, yeah. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers
Oh,
moved in
come
and ran us out.
on.
Started setting up shop.
Oh, I know what comes next.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore.
Yeah, your sleep standards, I
Up to
don't
you.
care much
If you
for
wanna avoid
them.
a bounty on your head, you let me know.
Let's ignore that guy. Infiltrate the Trade Authority and reduce Percival's debt. Okay. So we are in hidden, it's fine, cannot take anything from the place. Let's see. No, we can choose. He did say a couple hundred, so 500 credits.
Yeah?
Don't just, yeah, I did your thing.
Not something you want to say too loud now, but good work.
Yeah, I did do it your way as well. And you did pay for it, so let's see if it works.
Something else?
Yeah, I'll clear the dude's debt.
Do you now? Very well. Let me take a look at his... that's not the number I remember. Headquarters must have felt sorry for the old man. Here, his current balance. I expect this won't be a great hardship for you.
HQ must be cray.
I suppose that's
But
that,
yeah,
then.
we'll pay the
Dr.
500.
Walker's dead is officially no longer our problem.
Lovely.
Have my thanks. Oh, and if you do find him, please let Percival know I'm eagerly looking forward to never working with him again.
Okay, yeah,
It's done, eh?
will probably ignore that, but funny.
My end of the bargain, then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ.
Okay.
This was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Good you're going in there, actually. Bunch of spacers moved in, not long after we got Percival set up. Don't expect he'd run out before they got taken care of, but I'm sure he'll appreciate not having to find out if I left him with enough rations. Yeah, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes one hell of a thank you on their way down.
Oh, let me guess. A lot more NPCs than I would want to. Okay, let's just take care of the spacers, and if it feels too repetitive, I'll just skip the boring bits, even if there's combat in between. Huh? We're growing! I'm learning! But yeah, if it's way too boring and meaningless, you know. Okay, yeah. Y'all are spacers. Thank you so much for the ammo. Holy! Guess what? I was right.
So you must be the one who got me out
Boring,
of the trade
meaningless, a lot of
authority.
them.
Can't say I don't appreciate it. I
Here's
doubt you came all
Percival,
this way
though.
just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
Harassing old men by wiping their debts.
Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that?
I did.
Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at?
Terramorph, but it's weird.
A fast-growing terramorph. That is concerning.
Hence why I came here to you, on Hadrian's behalf.
Hadrian? She gave you this?
Yeah.
If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Go see themselves,
Asked you
buddy.
to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here, and I wasn't expecting guests.
Okay, I don't have happy hands,
Blue mentioned
just
how you
curious.
took care of the debt. Managed
I
to
did.
Negotiate it down to something more reasonable. Good to see someone give the trade authority a bit of their own medicine.
Oh, the plan was funny, yeah, but it wasn't mine. You've got some thanking to do. And it's not just to
All
me.
queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
I wish, but no.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history.
Okay,
I'm
don't
sure
laugh.
You've heard of Londinian.
Kinda? Yeah?
It was a city wiped completely off the map by terramorphs. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should, which means
If we're about to start a new era in human terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
The chances for survival, let alone maintaining any kind of functioning society, would be slim indeed.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
Back to Hadrian?
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Strong bosses and having to find their lore. How can this game mostly feel boring when it has such amazing concepts? Hell, the execution on this one is on point.
You're no hatchling yourself anymore, Major.
So weird.
Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say,
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
To the back
The
then.
red eyes are some badge of honor, I take it?
Andreja, can we not
You gave me
rant
the abridged
after?
version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
It was a lot more gunfire than
That's-
this episode's
well,
gonna
that's certainly
show.
not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact.
Both?
So,
He was
were
just
you two
waiting
able
at
to get
the
that work
end.
up together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's going to take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Oh, so we do need the main protagonist with charisma?
That's about the best
Huh?
news I've had all day.
That's me.
But before
Well,
I
that's
commit,
literally
I wanna
any
make
of
sure we get
us.
The whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
For also what they wanted you to do. Yeah, I'm not stupid.
That means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
Let's meet them then. I will have your
All right.
back.
I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
I'm gonna leave it here on this one. Part 2 out of 3 should be coming really soon.